Nancy Mace with a nasty face might have just been hit with the ultimate Uno reverse card. The irony is she's the one who played it. Guys, I feel like that meme of Charlie from It's Always Sunny with the red string, because this was an absolute wild ride to go down. It turns out that the police confirmed that Nancy Mace has an army of bots that she's using to keep her image squeaky clean online. Probably terrified that people like you would find channels like Really American, so while you're here, subscribe to always stay informed about what MAGA is really up to. Nancy Mace, the South Carolina Republican congresswoman, often tells her staff that she's a self-taught coder. I would say that it was at least a weekly comment, if not daily, says one of the several former Mace staffers who spoke with Wired. Another one found her high regard for her skills somewhat at odds with her demonstrated ability. Like all of the staffers Wired spoke to, they requested anonymity because they fear reprisal from their former boss. A principal and unusual use to which Mace put her skills, according to the former staffers, was setting up burner accounts on a variety of social media platforms to monitor what people were saying about her and bolster her image. They also claim she requested the staffers make their own burner accounts to defend her online. We had to make multiple accounts, burner accounts, and go and reply to comments, saying things that weren't true, even Reddit forums, a former staffer says. We were congressional staff, and there were actual things we could be doing to help the constituents. It all started to come down on Mace in the halls of Congress when she made a shocking accusation towards her ex-fiancé and a few other men, an accusation that deserves law enforcement response. And out of respect to her and other victims, we won't dive into that. But the police investigating her accusations ended up becoming something of a Streisand effect, because it seems like Nancy went a little bit too far. During her speech, Mace said she had turned over what she found to law enforcement, including the office of South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson. She accused Wilson, her potential opponent for governor next year, of allegedly not taking any action. In a statement to the Associated Press, Wilson's office called Mace's claim categorically false, saying the AG had not received any reports or requests for assistance from any law enforcement or prosecution agencies regarding these matters. The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division did confirm in February that it opened an investigation into the claims against Bryant in December of 2023. 2023 is when Nancy Mace had hired Wilson Donahue. Donahue's firm did consulting work for Mace's 22 and 24 re-election campaigns before he says he fired her as a client. You need to know that Nancy Mace is quite the, when I say the word nerd or geek, it's always favorable, a computer nerd or a computer geek. Donahue said in the deposition, first reported by Fitz News, a conservative-leaning South Carolina outlet. She programs her own bots. She sets up Twitter burner accounts. It's this kind of thing she does. She sits all night on the couch and programs bots because she's very, very computer savvy. She controls her own voter database. She programs a lot of her own website. She programs Facebook bots and Instagram bots and Twitter bots. It's what she does for fun. Here's the post that Donahue tweeted after he fired Nancy Mace. You can stop texting me. I fired Nancy Mace as a client a few months back because I'm a political consultant, not a babysitter, a sex therapist, or a doctor who can prescribe fixes for chemical imbalances. Holy crap. I don't have time for her constant egotistical bullshit and drama in my life. Something tells me that she is not the easiest woman to work with. Mace's staffers shared a similar assessment to what Donahue alleged. The congresswoman was often using rudimentary tools available for anyone with a professional account on social media sites, such as automating comments on her Facebook page for anyone thanking her. I never saw her coding shit, ever, the first staffer said, but I mean, she talked about tech a lot. Now, I'm a firm believer that if it feels like everyone around you is always out to get you, maybe you're the problem. Because this isn't even the first set of allegations that she's thrown towards somebody that's verifiably false. Because it seems like Nancy Mace has a tendency to push away the people that she works closest to. Ex-staffers detail Nancy Mace's poisonous behavior behind closed doors. Former staffers of Nancy Mace have hit back at her accusations that they sabotaged her office by hacking her phone and spying on her medical records, saying she would have replaced them all with AI if she could. Now that's ironic because I would gladly vote for the first AI in office if it meant replacing Nancy Mace. They told the Daily Beast that Mace has misconstrued a series of events and that staffers regularly kept track of her calendars in ways that are entirely normal for congressional offices that move at a rapid pace on a daily basis. The hacking and stalking charges are ridiculous on their face to most anyone who has worked in a congressional office, but especially wild coming from Mace, one former employee who spoke on the condition of anonymity. It's true that she set up all those calendars herself and entered all the medical information herself. I'm not at all surprised that she's blaming others for her troubles, another former staffer who spoke on the condition of anonymity told the Daily Beast. She has always found it impossible to take responsibility for her own mistakes or accept the consequences for her toxic behavior. The accusations against her staff come as Mace has been shedding staffers due to what former employees describe as toxic behavior. She lost 9 staffers from her Washington, D.C. office in as many months. Do you know how evil you have to be for your own chief of staff to say, you know what, I have to run this motherfucker out of office? But instead of fessing up to what staffers say is narcissistic, bizarre behavior, Mace has opted to turn on them. In addition to accusing them of hacking her phone, she's accused employees of spying on her children's calendars, deleting files as part of a cover-up, throwing her devices in water to break them, and mismanaging $1 million. We're finding thousands of dollars in bills they didn't pay, she said in an interview with Daily Mail. That money could have gone towards salaries, bonuses. One former staffer took issue with her claim that staffers mismanaged her money. Her saying that millions were mismanaged and could have gone to salaries is especially galling, they said. She wanted everyone around her to be paid the bare minimum and frequently fought us on raises and bonuses. Like, you see what I mean? This woman is so Republican. She wants the worst for everyone around her while being consistently paranoid that people are always out to get her. Only able to give some raises when the House mandated them raise the minimum strategy, and even then she fought it. An internal Mace strategy email revealed just how fixated she is on herself and gaining public attention. The former employee indicated they thought the Congresswoman might need help addressing possible mental health issues that could be contributing to her poisonous behavior and apparent paranoia. This seems to be stemming from paranoia and trust issues, the former staffer said. She's clearly unwell, and I hope she gets help. Yeah, you can tell that she's unwell by the emptiness behind her eyes. I mean, just look at this picture. Sorry to jump scare you there, but look at that. There's nothing behind those eyes. Nothing back there but hatred towards trans women walking into bathrooms and that Republican makeup meme on repeat. I mean, this is the most hilariously staged photo of all time. She's like, yeah, let me squat down real quick so you can take a photo of me. I mean, just look at how she's interacting with these comments. Looks like Nancy Mace is ready to pump up more than just votes. Haha, I'm pumping up tires and South Carolina's spirit. Like, how do we know that she's not just talking to herself here and these aren't even real people? Trying to trick us all into thinking that she's not just a hate-filled sack covered in too much makeup, just like the president. I'm Tony Hinderman with Really American, and I'll catch you next time.